Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Sophie. So today this video is gonna be a little bit different from the videos I normally does. This video is gonna be about favoritism at work, or favoritism in general, what somebody would go through on a regular basis. But this video is gonna be about me and things that I've been through and went through at a hospital where I used to work. So I'm going to be telling you guys a little about me. I'm not gonna get into certain things because I don't feel I'm ready to say certain things, to let certain things out in the public, if that makes sense. Okay, my name is Sophia Green. I was born in Jamaica. I came in America when in 2011 first on a H-2B visa to work. I went home. I think I did 5 months at the first time, and then in 2012 I was asked. They requested me to come back to work in Portland, Maine. I worked there from so I went back in 2012, May of 2012, and I worked until October 2012. I had some friend that was living here, still live there, so I came to visit them, and I met somebody and we got married, and it didn't work out, so that was it. So I got helped with my documentations, and I was able to start working here, and I was able to it was a long process, emotional and nerves wrecking, and it just was hard. When I got my work card, I applied at this hospital in New Hampshire, DHMC, Dartmouth Medical Hospital. I started working there. I applied for a housekeeping position, and I got through. I was able to start working and got medical insurance, and everything was going good. At that time, I didn't know that I was sick because I didn't have any insurance or anything, so I didn't know. When my first general checkup after getting insurance, they did some tests and found out that I was indeed sick, and had was to do another test, and then I had was to do a surgery, and that was the first surgery. Then there was another one because they thought that it would have gotten rid of whatever was there. I think it was cancer cells, and I had was to do another one, and from that I have to be doing tests to make sure everything was okay. Mind you, God work in mysterious ways, because I tell you, if I didn't get my work card in time and insurance, then I would be dead and gone, already. So I have so much to give God thanks and praise for. So that's it. Okay. Let me go back a little about Jamaica. So I am 40 years old. I have 2 daughters, 23 years old and 16 years old. Both were born premature. My life in Jamaica, it wasn't anything good. I have been through so much in Jamaica. Honestly, I don't know how I'm still alive, but I know it's only by the grace of God. To me, I have died so many times. Everything they stole from me growing up. I am 40 years old, but yet I feel as if I'm 13. It's like in my head I'm 13 years old. I don't know how. It's like my childhood, my everything was just stolen. I started working at age 13. I have been through hell and back, even in Jamaica. And it is so sad because that's my home. I used to say, why me? But I try not to anymore because it is already done. What happened is happened, and it has to be a reason why. I used to tell myself that God gave his hardest of battle to the strongest of soldier. And I guess I'm one of the strongest. And honestly to God, I would not wish what happened to me, what I've been through growing up, and not even my worst enemy. No. Because it wasn't right. After I start having kids, I swear on my life that I would protect my children. And that is exactly what I've been doing all this time. Sometimes I feel as if they don't deserve to be like to protect them for them, they want to go certain places and sorry, I choose not to let them go because of fear of what might happen to them. And it would kill me. So I kept, especially my 16 years old, I kept her so close to me. I don't allow her to go places, even after school, because I felt as if that's the only way I can protect her. Growing up, I grew up with my grandmother in Jamaica. And honestly, I felt as if she didn't love me any at all, because she would say all kind of stuff, curse me out. I'm not gonna turn out to be anything. I'm gonna be a croft. And nothing good, nothing good. I didn't have to do anything for her to beat me down. Nothing. Nobody believed. Nobody believed in me. My mom was sick. I bedridden where she couldn't do anything for herself, so I ended up with my grandmother. I love my grandmother, but the way she treated me was wrong. My life was stolen from me. I felt as if I wasn't wanted, I wasn't needed. I started working at age 13, doing domestic work. Homeless in Jamaica. I had to sleep in markets. My daughter was staying one place and I was all over trying to find a place to sleep. Then I came here. Went through a lot, but I try and I fight to beat the odds. My grandmother is now deceased. But I tried and I fight because I want to prove to her I'm no croft. And I'm gonna be somebody. Honestly, I miss my grandmother. I wish she was here. Even though she hurts me so bad. I wish she was here because I would take so much care of her. Anyway, a fight and a fight with the help of organization here. And like I said, I got my work card. I'm now a citizen. Thanks be to God. I got my two daughter here. And then my older daughter had some health issues also. And I was trying to get her the help she needed. But it was impossible, to the point where it started to affect my health issues also. So she went back to Jamaica. And one of the reasons why trying to help my daughter wasn't working is because she had bad influences from people who I trusted, who I looked to as a sister. Yes. And she's back in Jamaica now. So I have my younger daughter here with me. And she's doing very good in school. She was on the honor roll the other day. So that's good. Very good. I'm proud of her. Because I'm doing my best for her to go to college and for her to do good and excel. Okay, so I started working at DHMC Dartmouth Medical Hospital in New Hampshire. I was working as a housekeeper. At that time, I was responsible for a whole section by myself, where it was including bathrooms. It was around 100 and something, 22 or 30 something rooms I have to do every night. And I was doing a very good job, I was told by supervisors and people who work in the area. Never, no complaint at all, never any complaint. But my health issues, because of health issues I used to stop from work, which I didn't have any control over. I have to work because I don't have anyone to pay my bills, to take care of, my family. I have to do it, my kids. So it's not like I used to just stop from work because I want to, it was because of health issues. Okay. I was diagnosed with PTSD, post traumatic stress disorder. I also have a bad case of anxiety issues, panic attack. I had developed some stomach issues, H. pylori. And I had insomnia where I couldn't sleep. So I started, I have to take sleeping meds just to sleep. If I don't sleep, then, and sometimes it would have been days where I don't sleep, and then when I don't sleep, then I have no use to myself or anybody. I feel so drained, weak. And then because of working, my hand, I got tendonitis and carpal tunnel. So I was out of work I did surgery on my hand, and I was out of work for 6 months, I believe, because it was pretty bad. Then I went back to work. Worked until I decided to move to Florida to be around family. I had a stepmother that lives down there and my father. I moved down in 2015. And before I went down, the HMC told me that my job is always there if I do decide to come back to New Hampshire. So I went to Florida. The first job I got in Florida was to work in a hair store. It was good. The first week, there were so much compliments. My boss, they loved me. People going to say, giving good, talking good things to my boss about me and so forth. So she was so happy. And I started to apply lace wigs on, people that comes to buy hair. I was there for a couple of months until he wasn't making much money, and at the time I have my bills and it wasn't work, so I applied at a nursing home to do dietary, work as a dietary aide. I worked there for a couple, probably like 8 months or so, and it was okay. It wasn't much. I was working $8.05 per hour, and it was hard. I'm not gonna tell you it was hard, but it was okay for me. And then I decided that I would try CNA, nursing assistance, because I said to myself, I can do so much good, and I know I'll take very good care of the elder people who I would work with. And so I went and I did the CNA class. I completed the course, did my test, and then was supposed to go on to the board test. But after that, I think I don't know, I didn't feel that I wanted was to go in that field anymore. So I went and got my hair did and got my ear license, and I got to start working in a hair salon with this very nice lady who believed in me, because I was doing hair. I started hair school in Jamaica, but I didn't finish, and then so all I wanted was to be, from a young age, was to be a cosmetologist. So that's where my heart really was. So I went and I got the license, hair braiding license, braider's license, start working in the salon. Then that's where she taught me a lot of stuff that I didn't know how to, and I worked there for I think around 6 months. I worked with her, and I tell you, it was the best experience ever, because I was doing what I love. And just the reaction and the feedback from clients and so forth like that, it was, it's like I felt, complete, because like I said, that's something that I wanted was to do from a young child growing up. So when I got my kids in 2016 from Jamaica, and when I got there, I realized that something was right with my older daughter. No, I didn't realize at that time. I knew, but there's nothing I could do at the time. She was living with her father in Jamaica and her stepmother. So when I got her, I took her to check her out, and I was told that she had about schizoaffective disorder, bipolar. And I was trying to get her help, and so her stepmother and her father, started to be disrespectful, that nothing is wrong with her, and that I should send her back if, all kind of stuff. So from there on, things just, so because I wanted to protect my kids the best way possible, I decided that I was gonna move back here, because in Florida is not one of the safest places to grow your children, because it's so many. Where I used to live was in Gulfport, St. Petersburg, and I used to live in a very secure and neighborhood, uptown neighborhood, very safe. But it wasn't that safe, because I used to have my car broken into, and it's like every day somebody died, they shoot somebody, and it was all 16, 15, 16, 17, 18 years old. And then with my daughter condition, health issues now, I said it's not gonna work out for her. And so I decided, because I don't want anybody to bully her and so forth like that, so I decided that to move just for my kids, for them to be safer. Here in New Hampshire, I've never heard about anyone killing anyone here. It's safe, it's a very nice place to grow your kids. And so I made the decision to move back here for them only, just to make sure they are safe and out of harm's way, and everything like that. So I moved back up here, and I contacted the hospital where I was working before, and they said, yeah, I should come by when I get back here. So that's what I did, and I went there, did everything all over, and this time I started working with another supervisor, a female supervisor, and I was working in another it was in the same housekeeping department, but I was working in the patient part, where as soon as they get discharged, then I'm assigned to go and clean their rooms. Sorry. So he was excited. I started working. They didn't have any problem at all with me. I was on top of everything. Work was good. And then things change. In every place is your work. You have some, all of us go through a lot of things in life. And at some point, you'd want somebody to talk to get things off your chest. And I would go to her and talk to my supervisor about personal stuff. And then she would go ahead and tell workers. And then they would pass their remarks against, me. And then she would come to me and tell me that that person said that I'm not talking to her, or whatever. And and so forth like that. So when I found out that's what my supervisor was doing, I stopped talking to her. And then I have my best friend at the time, who knew everything that I was going through. She knew everything. She was a part of bringing my business to work, saying bad stuff behind my back. Somebody who I trust. Somebody who's supposed to have my back. Somebody who knew everything about me, knew my health situation, knew my health issues, knew what trigger off my anxiety, knew what trigger off this, knew what trigger off that. And at the same time, she's the one who been doing and saying things behind my back also. And I pretend as if I don't know, and I act as if I don't know what she's doing. We got a new supervisor, and that supervisor made everything worse. So I start getting sick. I start getting anxiety-ish attacks almost every day. As soon as I get to work, my anxiety strike. And it was so bad that I couldn't do anything. I started to get nervous, tremble. My heart started to beat like this. My head, I feel weak, light, passed out, drained. I just started to cry, and uncontrollable cry. I have no energy, no strength, nothing at all. And each time that happened, sometimes I try my best to work my shift out, but sometimes there's nothing I really can do. I just have to go to emergency room, or I have to go home, because I can't work or function that state of mind. My supervisor knew about my health issues. My managers, they knew about my health issues. It wasn't anything that was hiding. And each time I got sick, where I have to go home or to the emergency room, they would make a big thing out of it. They would threaten that they're gonna have to let me go. It was like they have no heart whatsoever. For somebody who is going through, and I tell you, I was going through a lot of things. It's like I have no control over my brain. I was not sleeping. I couldn't do anything. But yet still I was trying. I was going to work because I need to work, because I have responsibility. And I didn't want to stay home, and then find myself in a position where I start thinking bad things or to hurt myself. And I figured that, they would at least try to understand. Even times when I got sick and I worked, and then when I can't finish the shift, it's still a problem. Doctor letters to say that I'm sick, medical reasons why, and it still doesn't make any difference for them. I tried and I tried and I fight and I fight and I fight to work, to stay at work, and I prayed and I prayed and I prayed for God to give me the strength and to heal me of whatever is going on, so I can be able to work. I prayed and I prayed and I prayed, and each time I go to work, my anxiety just get worse. The new supervisor they employed started to tell lies on me. So it's like I was walking on eggshells. I didn't know when I would get a call that, I don't have a job, because like he was out to get me, and it wasn't only me, it was also my two friends that was working there too. And there were things where other workers could do and get away with it, but things we couldn't get away with anything. We were not allowed to do anything. They have workers who come in at 2 in the evening, and I used to work 4 p.m. in the evening until 12:30 in the morning. And at the end of the night, the ones that come in at 2 will only do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rooms. And when you look at us Jamaican, we have 18, 20 hard rooms. When they have the most difficult or hardest task to do, we are the one that they find. Because they said we can get it done on time and good the way that it's supposed to be done. But when there is any recognition to say that whatever, we don't get that. They don't recognize what we the only time they recognize it is when they have work to do that they need to be done in a timely manner and so forth like that. That's when then they recognize us and know that we are the fastest, we do a better job and so forth like that. So when I saw that was what's going on, I had was to go to them and said, say my mind. So that was it. And then the whole situation started. I was in fear for my job. I was in fear. So on one evening, I got my anxiety, and somebody called my supervisor, and she came, and when she saw me, she started crying, and she said, "Oh my God, Sophia, honest, I didn't know this is what you go through." And she hugged me and she started crying, and I was crying uncontrollable, and she said, "Go home. This will not go against your work or your attendance." And she told my friend Geneva to take me home, and Geneva take me home. I went to the doctor the next day. My doctor gave me some days off. The day when I was supposed to go back to work, I wasn't feeling well either. So I called my called there to let them know. And I spoke to the manager. Her name is Lori. And said, "What's up, kiddo?" And I said, "I'm still not feeling well, so I won't be able to come into work." And right there she started about my job being, getting fired and let go and whatever. And cause it's not right, it's not whatever for them. So I said to her, I can't deal with this because I'm here trying to get better. I want to get better. I'm doing everything to get better. But if each time you guys gonna be, and me about, letting me go, firing me and stuff like that, then I'm not gonna get better. And this is not good for my health or my situation. It is not good. You understand? So I said my health come first, and I can't be going through this, I can't be putting myself through this at all times. So I said, I don't think I'm gonna come back. And right there she said that she have to put something in my file, so it's either resign or fire, something like that. And I think I asked her wishes, whatever, and she said resign. So we both decided and resign. I said, okay, then I'll resign. We both decided on that. And then she went and let the supervisor know that I won't be coming back. I just resigned. Then the supervisor told my friends that I resigned. And that was it. I went and applied at another hospital. My doctor gave me some time off from work to get my myself together and so forth like that. And before I resigned from that hospital, my doctor used to tell me that it's the work that is creating all of the anxiety and my health issues to be getting worse, because I'm not comfortable and the way they are treating, us, and because we're afraid of going to higher places to report them. So that's why my health issues is not getting any better. It is getting worse. And each time I go, that's what she says. And I keep saying, no, I don't think so. She said, go and apply at the next hospital where it is smaller and so forth like that. And I said, no. Then after I resigned at that hospital, I went and applied at the next hospital, smaller hospital, and honestly I got hired on the spot. And I start getting paperwork too, because I said I was qualified, and I started doing paperwork and so forth like that. I gave them reference. I explained to them that I used to work at the HMC, and the reason I resigned was because of health issues, and I had was to be stopping from work and so forth like that. And they understand, and I got paperwork to sign, send back to them, and then they called the HMC to get references from them, and she was unable to get a hold of anybody, but I keep doing the same thing, not able to get a hold of anybody, until finally one day I got a email saying that they are sorry, but they can't hire me because of whatever, and I should go and establish work somewhere else, and they're gonna keep my information on file for that and whatever. So I emailed the HR lady, and I asked her why, because everything was good. I got the job and everything was good. So why now all of a sudden I won't you guys not giving me the position anymore? And she said that she got a hold of my reference and it's not good. They said that they fired me because I have absences from job, and I'm on a no rehire status. Mind you, the hospital that I applied to, they are affiliated with the hospital that I resigned from. And that's what the manager told the HR people from the other hospital, that where I'm going to work, that I was going to be working at. And right there and then I started crying. I started crying. And I said, what did they say? Because I, by right, I need to know exactly, what they said. And so she sent me an email and it was clear in black and white. I said, oh my God. So I called my ex-supervisor and I said, what have I ever done to you guys for you guys to do this to me? I resigned, so why would you guys go and, lie that you guys terminated me here? You guys didn't terminate me. I resigned. She said, it's not her. And so that was it. I tried getting in touch with somebody from the HR Human Resource Office there for them to get it fixed, so I'll be able to get it sorted out and then move on. I spoke to somebody there and they said that they would get in touch with it. I asked her, how can somebody resign and then give you guys for references, and then you guys gonna say that I was fired? And I think I said to her, based on the laws here, even if somebody stole something from you guys are not supposed to disclose that to nobody. Much less to lie that you guys terminated me when I resigned. So she said that she was gonna do some investigation and whatever, and then she would get back to me. And months, nothing. So I decided to contact the commissioner office in the state where I am, and they did what they had to do. Send them the charges or whatever, and it was 11 different charges after I explained to them and tell them I did not know that PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety and so forth was a part of disability. I did not know. And that's when they send the paper out to them and send me a copy. That's when I know, and so forth like that. So the commissioner office asked them to send in everything that they had on me so far, all my files and whatever. And to my surprise, the lies and how far they went to destroy, to mess up after I worked my ass off for them. They even went as far as to go on Facebook and said that on days when I'm supposed to be at work, they saw where I uploaded picture on Facebook saying I'm at the club. Mind you, I do makeup and I do hair. And I used to have friends that come by to get their hair and their makeup done, and that's what I did. And then I'll post it on Facebook, my friends clubbing. And that's what they went on Facebook. How low can somebody be, or an organization such as them, which it's big. You probably, if you Google, you'd see that that's one of the biggest hospital. And they had the audacity to go on Facebook to dig up all of those. And I've not been to a club in over 6 years, or almost 6 years. Then there were so many other things where I've never seen before that they sent to the commissioner office. I had was to cry. I cried, and then my anxiety just get out of control. Now I'm here, I don't have a job. And I need to get this out public so other people can know what to do, and know what to do in a case like this, because it is not right. It is not right. Or can somebody resign and then because of evilness, because of no art, because you don't care about another person's wealthy They didn't even care about my health issues that I was going through. They didn't care about nothing at all. All they wanted was to do was it's like the fact that I resigned from there. They don't want me to go there and work because they have nothing bad to say about me working there. Nothing bad, nothing. It was only until I started working with the female supervisor that's when she started to do what she have to do, which is all a lies. All the male supervisor that I used to work with, they have nothing bad to say about me. They didn't have to tell me what to do when it come on to my work. It was the same thing when I started working with the female supervisor. She didn't have to say anything, but she's just a gossiper and they talk behind. So the environment was so toxic. It was so toxic. I could not have survived there. It for me, going to work there was like going to war, and I'm not sure I'm gonna make it back home. So the environment, it was not good. None at all. It was not good. I couldn't survive. I tried everything. I tried my best, but I couldn't survive there. It felt as if, going to work, one day I'm not gonna be able to go home, make it home. I would either be dead or something in the hospital from a stroke, a heart attack or something. It was just too toxic. So yeah, they broke me. They destroyed me. And there's a lot of things I don't understand. And I have people that I can talk to about it, and who will give me the information, and people who can help me to get certain things in order and out there. And so they send in all the lies that they have to send in to the commissioner office. And I finally got to speak to tell my story to a columnist on Valley News here in New Hampshire, and they came out with an article in the paper. So it is public now. I don't know what's the next step, what's going to happen now. But we'll see. The only thing is that I'm not gonna give up on this, even if I don't really want to say it, but I'm not gonna give up on it. And all I wanted was, an apology, and for them to just, rewrite the wrong, do the right thing. So I'll be able to get, find a job anywhere I want to. But for what they did to me, it's impossible. So the length at how some people will go to destroy other people's life without even thinking about the consequences or their actions. And then when they know what they did and even try to go the extra mile again to create more hurt or to destroy that person's life, when they know, and still choose not to do anything, to help the situation, rather than, do more things to, just to add more fuel to the fire. How can people like that live or sleep? Like I said, I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna do all kind of research, I'm gonna try reach out to all kind of help and advice to get to know what to do from here, how to get it out there, because it has to be known, because it is not fair. There are so many other things that I've been through there at my workplace where I could talk about, where it would have caused more problems, but I chose not to. I'm just saying, I'm just talking about what they did to me, what they did wrong, the lies they told. Why? So show you guys so this is the article. I don't know if let me see. So the guy name is Jim Kenyon, and he works for Valley News, and this is my everything that he wrote. So I'm going to leave the link to this in the description box, and you guys can go ahead and check out the full story and help me share and spread the word, because my life hasn't been the same since then. So until next time, everyone, take care. Remember that with God all things are possible, and God is always in control. And always, try to be nice to people, because you never know what, they're going through. And yeah, just be good to people. Spread love, positivity. Cry peace. Try not to hurt people, because that, that just might be the breaking point. And like they have a saying, say, who knows it feels it. And if I don't tell you my story, you cannot know. So if you're working and you're being treated badly, are not treated fairly. Favoritism, you need to reach out and because it's not a good feeling. So take care everyone. You guys have a blessed day, a blessed night. I love you all. I know this video is so long, but my story. DHMC, you guys broke me. But we'll see, because God is in control. And I'm alive. Peace.